Let's me and Carrie had a conversation the other day, and we were talking about submission. And she says the man should submit to the woman as well.
Mm-hmm.
How do y'all feel about that?
Disagree.
Mm.
Wait,
Submit
what was
to
it?
the woman. I don't make
As
sense.
well.
That's
is
not
what,
God.
that's what he said.
That's not what God said.
See, that's what her mom said too.
Yeah. Now, what God did say though.
So now, see, hold on. Before we get to it,
Oh.
God says a lot that we don't do.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't pick and choose about what God said in regards to. I want to hear y'all's.
In your
Eli said
personal
no.
relationship.
You say yes, or you say yes.
Mhm.
You say no.
I think there's a when we hear the word submit to,
What's submit?
there are different types of submitting to a person.
Okay.
My wife, Jaws, submitted to me because I was consistent. I had my head on straight, and I was obviously submitted to her as being my person, and like I'm gonna take care of her. You know what I mean? Like she's my only woman. I'm not looking for any other woman. So I've submitted to Jaws as being my woman. She submitted to me as being her husband and the leader of our family.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So in a sense, you do submit to your woman. You care for her every need. If that ain't submission, then I don't know. You know what I mean?
That's true.
You
So
know,
what do you-
but it doesn't mean that I submit to my woman. She leads. She's
that's where I'm
making
at.
every decision. No, like the man is supposed to lead the family. Now, however way that looks like, that varies in relationships. Some women are better with handling money than men are. Sometimes the man is the money spender. So, like, you're going to submit in different ways in different aspects of your
You see what I'm
relationship.
saying?
But it's up to the man. I do believe that when there's time for a change in a relationship, the man is supposed to be the leader of that change. And, like, okay, we're going to stop doing this thing. The man has to stop doing that thing first to continue to lead his family because she submitted to you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So is the
I like
question?
that.
So the question is, should men submit to women
Should
To their woman.
Should the man submit to their woman
on certain things?
on certain things? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I like how you've explained it, bro.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that's just in real time. Maybe I'm changing the way I look at it because I don't look at submission like that.
way, for sure.
I wake up every day and there's nothing in the back of my mind that's thinking, okay, I need to submit to my wife. I'm waking up and I'm like, man, I have a wife next to me that's just submitted to me. So now I need to, because of that, be a leader, sacrifice. How can I provide better? Like, what can I do for this woman that's submitting to me?
Yes.
Because if I have that lens of like, okay, I'm submitting to this woman, like it takes away from my mission and what I need to do for my family.
Exactly.
So
Yes.
that's why when you say
there is an unhealthy, right?
Yeah.
That's, what you're saying is absolutely
yeah. So
correct.
that's just how I perceive. I perceive submission like
Yeah.
I don't have to be
Yeah.
and focus on like I don't have to be as much of a provider, as much of this. I'm just kind of submitting to how my wife feels and what she does.
For sure.
And
that's
that-
where
and
you
that's
can kinda
unhealthy
go
to
off
me.
tag-
So
off
how our
kilter.
conversation went was Carrie agrees women should submit to their man. Her mom did too. But the disagreement came was she used the example of Carrie and I talk about something. Right. And we have different thoughts and views on it, and I still do it anyway. So say we're using I say, hey, let's invest into this AI. Right. We got $500. Let's invest $500 to this AI. And me and her talk about it. She says, no, we shouldn't do it because of this, and this. I say we should do it because this, and this. And the next day I just do it still because that's what I wanted to do.
Right.
Because I'm the leader. I'm the
You
leader,
make the
and she
decisions.
submits to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Vice versa. If she got her own money, Carrie has her own money from her side business, and she says, hey, I want to do this, and this. I say, no, you shouldn't do it because this, and this. Next day, she do it anyway. Is it different?
Well, that's a great example, John. I think. So the way we've submitted together, because everything's together, is that any money that comes into our household is our money. So that kind of deflates that situation.
Yeah.
But
The principle.
because I've submitted to your opinion, she submitted to my opinion, we don't make a decision until we both make a decision. So nobody does anything. There's no action until we both make a decision. We have to come together as a
So
collective.
you are submitting to her decisions.
I'm submitting to our marriage.
Agree, yeah.
So here it is. You submit to God. God gifts you with your family. Then you submit to your family, right?
Yeah.
But in order to submit to your family, you got to submit to your partner. You know what I mean? So there's like a
saying.
partnership going on right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not that I submitted to her decision. If we came to an agreement that what she said was better, you know what I mean? Because we both can be right. It's just whose plan is better. You know what I mean? And so you got to submit to that. What's going to be best for the family?
So that's what. So
in your scenario, though, for me to answer your question,
go ahead. Yeah.
If Dion, if I don't agree with what Dion's going to do, and I've already said it, yes, we're going to have decommission. We're going to talk about it and everything. But if I say no, once we get there, it's going to be a no, even if she disagrees with it. Because even if I'm wrong, the beauty of submission is when you're wrong, you learn from it.
Yes.
You feel me? If I'm a leader, I'm the provider. I've sacrificed my life. See, what we don't understand is, yes, the wife submits, but that's because the husband has died to this wife, this woman.
Yes.
I am here. This is literally, you have my life. You have everything. So the least you could do is submit. I'm doing the hard part. I am giving everything to you. I wake up every day and give my entire life to you. I don't look at other women. I don't mess with other women. You have my whole life. So, yeah, submit to me.
She's doing everything. She's doing exactly that, too.
Same thing.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
Look at the chessboard, bro. The king can go here, here. The wife can do anything she wants, bro. Can have fun, go out. Like, at least in my household, I have no constraints on Dion. I mean, yeah, you can't cheat on me. But you want to start a business? All right.
Yeah.
You don't want to work? All right.
Financially, she's more free.
You go live your life, bro. You literally, like, you have freedom to, at least I'm trying to provide as much as I can for this woman. That's what I wake up in my mind.
And that is true, even in that same scenario, like how John said, well, she doesn't agree with me. She said no, but I did it anyway. I wouldn't necessarily, like, that would happen before my wife does it anyway, and it'd be a problem.
Okay,
you know
Eli,
what I mean?
but let's say there's a situation where you've done all that deliberation. You guys are teamwork, but it gets to the end of the day where a decision has to be made.
I'm making the decision.
You're making that decision.
I'm making the decision. That's true. Yes.
You're gonna make
that's
that
where
decision. And as a wife that submits to her husband, she should just allow you to make that decision, even if it's wrong, bro. It could be the most wrong. You could be wrong as hell.
Yeah.
But at least give your man the opportunity to be wrong.
Exactly. And then after that, when this moment comes up for you, we're going to see how good of a leader you are now.
Straight up.
And now, if you're not consistent and you like do it again and it becomes a trend, you can't be mad that your lady's ready to go. You know what I mean?
That's
or not submitted to you anymore.
True.
You know what I
mean? Maybe
so.
I'm just thinking about it too simple because I'm thinking like I'm going to submit to your gifts. Like something that you wake out of bed and you're just better than me at.
Cooking.
I'm not going to sit there and be like.
Party planning.
Okay, yeah, even though like I'm the man.
You
like,
out of line, bro.
Jaws is a better party planner than I am.
So
all those birthdays y'all come to.
You said cooking.
It's true.
You as the leader of the house, you're realizing that, bro. You're zooming out and realizing, okay,
what about?
How is my house going to operate better?
Right.
Bro,
That's
my
submitting
wife
to
is a
your
good
family.
cooker. You're okay. Here, I'm putting you on that.
You're right, BJ. That's exactly what I'm saying.
I'm letting
We're
you
saying the
dominate
same
that.
thing.
I'm
We're saying
giving
the
you
same
all
thing.
control to that. But it starts with you, though. You're the head of the house.
It does.
You need to be able to see that.
It starts with you to let her know that this is what.
I mean, even with this
I've
example of
submitted to you.
cooking,
Yeah.
paprika don't go on this because it's going to do this.
Okay.
And she cook, you be like, I don't feel like having paprika today. Put cumin on it.
Okay.
she
real?
like, okay, I'm
real?
going to just put cumin
This is
on
marriage.
Now
This is
that's
marriage.
This shit, bro.
That's bad.
This
though.
is marriage.
But
This is marriage.
now, are you go give her that control over that cooking, brother?
Yes.
All right, then you gotta let it ride.
But that's what I'm saying. I say that,
That's
I put that in.
Now you controlling.
I put that in.
Yes.
But
Yes.
again, what you just said, Trev, I said she has her money that she made herself, and you're telling her what she can and can't use it for. And she does it anyway, and you're upset with her for using her money to do something she want to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I understand.
That's controlling.
Not really. No,
What?
because now
It's her
well,
money.
hold on. We're talking about, but now I have to deal with you being mad that it didn't work and it's affecting our household. Like you didn't make a good. It's about the reason why I said no and I'm mad that you did it is because I knew the outcome. You did it anyway, and now you upset.
But
now,
you didn't
now
know
I gotta deal with you being upset.
But-
and now we're in a loss. You know.
But you didn't know the outcome, though, because
Well,
if she provides you why it will work, you provide her why. That's anything.
Why it won't work? You're right.
Yeah, I mean, that's anything. So I think, I don't know. I feel like a leader is also somebody that's able to step back and be like, cook, sure. Because, you know, and I'll just say this.
That's true.
Before I proposed to Carrie, I wanted to talk to her dad about it.
Yeah.
And, you know, him and Carrie's mom aren't married anymore.
Right.
And one thing he said, like, he wished he did is, I wish I listened and just trusted her more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And because it was a different thing, it was therapy, going to therapy. But he was at the same time, he was like, at least let's do it and see what happens.
Exactly.
I think that's the sometimes our pride gets away as men.
Yeah.
And, you know, sometimes the Bible can kind of add to that. You're the man, you make all the decisions, you know, this is your house.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like women are smart. They have this other force that's behind them.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just got to let them ride. If they believe in it that much,
for sure,
I'm going to just let her ride. That's me. That's just me. And that's with anything. It don't matter if I'm good at construction, but she did some research, because one thing Carrie going to do is research the hell out of something. Mm-hmm. And she does this research. She said, no, this wood is better than this wood. Well, I never heard of that wood, so I ain't doing that. And that's what I deal with in construction. I've been doing this for 20 years. How you going to tell me what's good and what's not good?
Right.
And you flip the script to your relationship, and she goes, no, I learned this is better. They just started doing this 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I ain't never heard of that. I done built a water park, and I'm at a new stadium. And I ain't never did that, so no, hell no.
You know, I love this conversation. One example that's really helped me with this is, like, I look at it like a team, right? Mm-hmm. I'm the coach of my team.
Yes.
Dion is my star player. Mm-hmm. She's my SGA. Mm-hmm. She's the MVP.
Yeah.
I agree with you. A good coach is not going to confine my star player, and she's going to do exactly how my system and what I want it to do. No, I'm going to let you cook.
Yeah.
I'm going to back off and let you cook.
For. Yeah.
If it's not working, it's on me.
I step in.
I'm the coach.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm the one that's going to get fired.
Yes.
If it's not working.
That's why she took your last name.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So I'm zoomed out, letting you do your thing. I'm putting systems in place, seeing if it's working. But at the end of the day, you are the star of the family.
Mm-hmm. And if I didn't set you up for success, I'm going to say that. That's me being a good leader. That's why she submitted to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like,
she's going to hold the trophy and everything. I'm going to sit back.
Yeah.
You know?
If anybody's having problems with their woman submitting to them, like, are you submittable?
There you go, man.
Uh-oh.
Are you a leader?
Like,
are you a leader?
Consistent enough?
To your point, are you controlling? Are you trying to control her?
That's the difference.
It's hard to submit to someone that's just controlling you, but I don't feel good.
Yeah.
So, I'm with you.
Yeah.
This has its own magic.